Hi, this is Nitesh. Welcome to your face reading channel. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the interesting comparison between two political stalwarts from the Indian politics. Because it's a political season, I thought why not make an interesting comparison of two personalities, that is Modi ji versus Rahul ji, and I'm going to compare them on certain qualities that a politician need, and basis on that what I want you to do is also check your facial features corresponding to their face and see whether those qualities are there in you or not, right? Because this is going to be a political centric video in a sense that I'm going to share about the personality that these eminent leaders possess. It's going to be an insightful learning for you as well to advance yourself in learning the basics for face reading. So let's go straight into the magic board to unveil the secrets behind these leaders and see whether those facial traits are there on your face or not. And let's go without wasting any more time in the magic board. Welcome to the magic board, guys, and herein what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a face reading comparison between two eminent leaders, that is the Modi ji versus the Rahul ji from their respective parties. And I have accumulated a list which said that what are the qualities that a political leader should have, and Copilot, that is the AI, came up with charismatic, determined, intelligent, persuasive, good listener, honesty, diplomacy, open-mindedness, emotional stability, and prudence. So it came up with some of these amazing qualities that a politician should have, and we are going to learn through this particular face reading tutorial by seeing these two amazing gentlemen, whether they have some of these qualities or not. And for the quality that is in prominence, I'll mark a tick. For the quality which is more in this person than in this person, I'll mark it as the up sign, so that it indicates an extra relevance to the feature, right? So what I want you to do is look at your face as well and see whether those facial traits are there on your face, and check whether it indicates a certain set of qualities that you possess or not. Because after all, we all are made of these amazing facial traits, and each of these energies that are there on the face reflects a certain set of qualities, reflects a certain set of your natural strength and abilities to be a better version of yourself, to discover a better version of yourself. So it's always amazing to learn around from the famous personalities, because they can give an insight into our behavior and our character, and how we can nourish our strength or can optimize the potential of what we can be, right? So what I have done is I have taken the picture of their youth, right? I have taken the picture of their current times, that is from 2024 itself, right? And it's very important to take pictures from past also when you're doing face reading, because it helps you gauge transformation from the thought patterns that they were having at that point in time when they were young versus when they are now, right? So it's very important when you're doing face reading, it's to take pictures of 8 to 10 years back from the current time period as well, because it helps you gauge transformation, as I mentioned, right? So let me go to Modi ji first and compare his face, and I'm going to see the prominent feature, right? Prominent feature is nothing but the feature that stands out on the face. So in some cases it could be eyebrows, in some cases it could be foreheads, in some cases it will be like a sparkling chin. That is a very prominent chin, right? That is present in Reese Witherspoon. She is a wonderful actor in the America, and she has a classic prominent chin that indicates a sense of strong water energy in her that lets her to be pretty creative. So firstly, it's very important that you look at the prominent features and what it indicates, right? So the very first thing that I see when I see Modi ji's face, especially from the youth, if you see, there is a sense of more bony structures, more of mountain features in the face. What are mountain features? Mountain features are features where less of chubbiness is involved, less of hard structure in the face is involved. Less of soft structure in the face is involved. So it's like a mountain. Mountain is hard, right? So face seems to be hard. When you look at the first instance, it seems to be hard. And whenever you see a mountain feature's face, it's the part wherein what you see is your forehead is strong, your nose part is strong. It's like bones are appearing to be more strong than the soft feature in the face, right? So that is an important criteria to see when you're doing face reading, to distinguish face between mountains and river features. Mountain features represents a sense that you have struggled physically a lot in your life. Maybe life has been pretty difficult on the financial front as well. That is something which mountain features can give you a picture of. I have made a separate video wherein you can learn about the mountain features, the river features, and how you can delve or break your facial landscape, right? So the very first look, when I see his picture, it indicates that there are strong mountain features. But if I were to look only at the prominent feature, if you're seeing his eyebrows, right, the eyebrows are pretty strong from the youth age to what it is now. And these eyebrows, whenever they are pretty wiry, whenever they are pretty thick, as in his case, it indicates a sense of a very strong wood energy. And when wood energy is pretty prominent, it indicates a fighter personality. It indicates a personality who is super strong mentally. It indicates a personality who never gives up. It indicates a personality who is pretty driven, especially when you add like a little bit of wires to the eyebrows that could be curling up or curling across. In his case, there in some cases there are such thick and wiry eyebrows that I can see. If you zoom in, you will see such strengthy eyebrows, and it indicates a strong sense of liver energy. That indicates a sense of passion. It indicates a sense of drive. It indicates a sense of not giving up. And at certain times it can also mean that a person can also be pretty aggressive physically as well. So it's important when you have excess eyebrows, when you have excess liver energy, that you're putting your energy into wise stuff, into stuff that where you can challenge certain principles. Like he's a politician and one of the amazing and eminent personality of our country. It implies thereby that that he has a sense of great fight that he induces, right? So when you see a person with pretty strong eyebrows, it indicates a sense of strong liver energy. Also, when you see his jaws, which are also the part of wood component, wood are like the roots of the tree. So consider a face to be like a tree, and jaws are the roots, and the eyebrows are the branches of those trees, right? So when you have these two complementing each other, it indicates immense wood energy, which thereby indicates that person is strong on principles, is strong on fight, is strong on driving his country forward, or it indicates a sense of being driven. So what qualities I can tick here? It indicates that he can be pretty determined, right? Let me select this particular thing. Because he is wood energy, it means that he can be pretty determined. As I mentioned, they are pretty driven. It indicates a sense of charisma also, right? When I see his eyes, there is this aspect of Shen that glows out, that shines out, and that indicates that there is a sense of pull that he has for people, right? That is something which can be judged from the face. And let me now go to Rahul Gandhi's picture, and let me see few of the qualities that are there. And we are also going to observe few of the commonalities that they both have. But one thing that you see when seeing Rahul Gandhi also is that he too has pretty strong eyebrows, If you see, the eyebrows are pretty strong, and when it's like they are pretty strong, it indicates a mark of a strong person who never wants to give up. But if you see, comparing to Modi ji versus Rahul ji, a slight extra weightage is given to Modi ji's face with respect to the eyebrow comparison, and he has more dominant sets of eyebrows on him, and coupled with the strong jaws, it indicates a sense of strong wood, which means that with respect to being more driven, with respect to being more fighting oriented, with respect to being more committed, Modi ji can really step up and can be much better than Rahul Gandhi. It's just by a slight margin, I would say, but it's still there. So the wood definitely embarks a sense of strength, a sense of physical strength, a sense of fighting approach in him as well. But then when I compare it with him, because he has that sense of extra mileage coupled with a strong jaw, it indicates that wood energy is more in him, which means that the fighting instinct, the instinct to be dominant, the instinct to be persistent towards goal is something that is a little extra in Modi ji versus the Rahul ji. Also, when I see his face, especially from the youth, if you compare, like let's say you are seeing this picture versus this picture, if you just observe, there is slight softness on the face in the overall texture, and that is what I imply when I said the river features versus the mountain features. So when your face appears a little soft from the outside, it indicates that river features are strong. Sorry for that. And when river features are strong, it indicates a sense of your emotional strength. It indicates that life hasn't been tough to you, especially on the level of physical challenging, or on the financial front as well. And as Rahul Gandhi was blessed in a family of a prime minister, he did not have to face those financial difficulties which Modi ji has to go through in his childhood. So you could see from the face itself that the face appears a little more tough in this case versus a little more soft, a little more nurtured with care in this particular case. And one way that you can distinguish a person's kind of past life is that when you observe their face, if you feel that it is pretty soft, it is kind of nurtured well, you'll see more soft features. And when it is nurtured with difficulties on financial front, maybe on physical front, like the challenges, you'll see more mountain features, right? So that is also one of the amazing insights that you can gain through. Although when you go across the latter years of Rahul Gandhi's life, the initial part could be a little more soft, but growing over the years, you could definitely see that the face has kind of wrinkles also, and it has become a little more harder than what it was when you see in his youth. That means he has more mountain features, which means that the struggle may have increased, right? It's like when you're crossing the mountains, there is a sense of great struggle. When you have developed more hard features on your face and possibly cut down on the soft features that were initially there, as you could see from this particular picture, that means life has thrown you challenges, and once you are thrown with challenges, it's like a hard time that you need to go through. But very important thing that helps you go through that is the sense of strong wood energy that I mentioned. You can see from the eyebrows. It's important that if you don't have a strong eyebrows, your intense shen, that is the backlight of your eyes, could be also strong. That can act as a great enabler or a great push to provide you with a sense of physical strength. So it's not a sole determiner of your physical strength, but it's something which does indicate that you're blessed with strong jing and good enough chi to begin with. It's like a fundamental strength that you came up with. When you have strong sets of eyebrows, it is a good indicator of your strong fundamental strength, right? Also, there is the mark of dimple, and dimples are a sign of fire energy. Whenever there are dimplings or kind of marks on the face, it indicates a sense of fire energy, and fire energy by its very nature wants to attract attention. It wants that sense of extra love, and dimple lets you find way of being people love faces who have dimples on it, because they always find a way to get out of their problems easily. So so yeah, that is the thing. And let me compare on the aspects of emotional stability. Maybe I'll compare on some of the fronts, not on all of the fronts, but let me compare on the aspects of emotional stability as to who could be a little better, or who could be more emotionally stable, right? So, as I mentioned, that when you have strong sets of wood energy, that could be gauged through the strong sets of eyebrows that they both have, and also the jaws that I mentioned, the jaws are pretty well defined. So it means that the tree is there and the tree's roots are properly defined, the tree's branches are pretty filled, right? So consider this a root and this as a branch. So when you have strong branches, when you have strong roots of the tree, which means your face is quite complete in the nature. And as a wind blows, a strong tree has the power to stand, right? Has the power to stand and kind of face the storm with its strength. Similarly, people with strong wood energy, as in this case him, it indicates that he has the tenacity, he has the capability to face a good enough blow, and that indicates that his emotional stability is definitely there, and it is definitely something which empowers him to be a good leader. Also, when I see Rahul ji's face, on his face also, the wood part is definitely strong, and the jaws part is also strong. So emotionally, they both look to be quite good, and stability wise they seem to be quite good for sure. But because there are more mountain features here, it can indicate a sense of repression in the early years, as I could see in one of his facial pictures. So it can mean that some issues he keeps personally close to himself, especially on the personal level, which he doesn't want to get revealed. But moreover, wood people, strong wood energy does have this capability where emotionally they can manage themselves pretty well, right? Another quality that a politician may have is definitely being a good listener. And Rose Roastery has defined people with big long ears can be more what I say, can be a little better listener than one with small ears. It is her way of classifying the facial features, and you can definitely read her book The Power of Face Reading by Rose Roastery. It's a good book to start your face reading journey with. And if you see, Modi ji has quite extensive big ears, right? With comparison to the whole features of the face, he has quite a long ears, and big long ears also are a sign which indicates a person's risk taking ability, right? So you will find big ears in a lot of businessmen also. If you're a fan of MS Dhoni, who is an Indian cricketer, he also has big long ears, and he's known to be taking a lot of risk in his professional cricketing career, and thereby reap rewards out of it. Also, people with the big ears do have strong enough kidney element, that is a strong jing. That means that they are physically pretty strong, again boosted by the fact that he also has a strong wood energy, which is a sign of strong liver energy. His big enough, long enough ears also make him pretty strong on signs of water energy, and it indicates a sense that he can be good listener, right? Similarly, when I see Rahul Gandhi's face, his ear size is also pretty decent, which means that he also has capabilities to listen well. And although it's not as big as Modi ji's, but it's quite prominent. So one can adjust to listening well, one can adjust to talking well. Well, talking is a different aspect altogether, because it is something that happens to mouth, and mouth is the area that you need to see when you are comparing one's speaking ability or one's communication art. And herein, if you see, if you compare the aspects of mouth, the mouth of Modi ji stand a little bigger than what it is for Rahul ji. Sure. So the upper part of the lip is also quite prominent here, the it's slightly less here, and when upper part is a little bigger, it also indicates that a person's speech can be driven by the set of personal experiences and a set of personal emotions. In his case, it's a little on the lower side. And how you can calculate if a person's mouth is big is when you extend this particular nose area, like an imaginary line that passes through the slant of this right side and the left side. If your mouth kind of fits inside this, that means that your mouth is small. If it just touches it, it indicates that you have an average size mouth. And if it kind of goes beyond, then it may reveal that you may have a very large mouth. And it's also important to gauge the thickness, to gauge the thinness of how your mouth is. In his case, it's definitely pretty full and large mouth, because the upper lip is also pretty well defined, the lower lip is also pretty well defined. So that indicates that his speaking abilities are definitely a notch better than this particular guy here. And because, as I mentioned, that the struggles of his personal life in the initial years kind of dominates his life with respect to how he gives speeches. And why I'm saying that is because when you see a person with a very bigger upper lip, it indicates that a person wants to infuse a set of personal emotions into what he's speaking through. So that indicates that he can be pretty persuasive, although he also can be, but there's like an average size mouth, and it definitely is not as great as it can be for this guy, right? So that is something which is there. Prudence is something which I feel is a little more here than here, but both are prudent leaders in their own capacity. But in this side, because of experiences, because of mountain struggles in the early life, that definitely can be one of the indicators that prudence can be more in his case rather than his case, right? That is the thing. And intelligence is also one of the criteria that Bing has given me to compare these faces on. So let us check on how or what we can do to find the level of intelligence, right? So water energy is one of the energies that let you be creative, that lets you think about things. And how you can gauge that is when you have a set of strong forehead. Whenever you see a strong forehead in comparison to the whole face, it indicates a deep set of thinker, right? It doesn't mean that a person is pretty or maybe right. It does indicate that a person can think pretty deep. And if you compare both of these gentlemen, of course, now the forehead part has been pretty long for Modi ji from the initial childhood. From his face, it's a little less, but then growing up, it does indicate that he also has inculcated more of thinking capacity into him, which does indicate that their thought patterns or they want to think deep on issues, which could mean that both of them are intelligent in their own rights. But this guy tend to think more, this guy tend to think more deeper. And somewhere I do feel that because of excess and strong enough wood energy, even though some of the ideas that this guy thinks could be not very right, but he stands by it. And as I mentioned that he has strong enough wood energy, it also indicates that people who has strong enough wood energy, they want to stand by what they think is right, and they will follow that to the hilt to make it right, or to stand by it even though they are not right. So that is also one of the qualities that can have its own strength but can have its own weaknesses as well, right? So that is also the thing. And on a set of honesty, who I feel is more honest, or both of them have sets of honesty levels. Let's see and examine that. And one of the ways that you can see the level of honesty in a person is when you see their eyes. And this includes a lot of time as a face reader to judge that particular thing. But when you see a person's face and you see their eyes, and you go deeper and you look at the shen, that is the light of their eyes, and kind of compare the similarity of the features herein, the eyes that I'm seeing of him, right? There are sets of what I say, uh, imbalances dominating, which means that he has done things which he don't feel has been right in his life. Somewhere a sense of that sense of doing things which he felt hasn't been right, although knowing at that point that it isn't right, but because he has this tendency of standing by it, he may have compromised his honesty levels for sure. That is something which could be very much evident when I see his face, because to rise up, there are certain things that a polished politician does which kind of leaves an imprint in the face, that things may not have been ethical very much, but it needs to be done to hold a specific set of positions. Maybe that is kind of a belief set some politicians do have. So that sort of imbalance is something that I do sense, and kind of as I mentioned, the tendency to stick by what you said is something that holds true, or kind of belief sets that may indicate that honesty levels may have been compromised, and it's not a sign of being 100% honest person, right? And it is kind of also indicative of the fact that he is quite aware of what he is mistaking up upon, or kind of not doing right, but still by keeping stone on the heart and moving forward with it. It's like a tendency that politicians may have. So I'm not sure, or I won't say that he's 100% honest with what he does, because there's a sense of imbalance that I see when I see his face. It's something which has a thin lining with respect to ethics. Right, so when I see Rahul Gandhi's face here, let me just remove the other part that I did here, so that we can judge the honesty levels when I see his face. Okay, so here we have kind of erased all the components that were necessary. Let me just draw a bigger eraser, and now we'll see. Now we'll compare the eye sets that he has, and this is the old picture, this is the latest picture, like it could be maybe 4 years back, but we'll see the eyes aspect. And when I see his eyes, there definitely is a more softer component, there definitely is the more easy component with respect to how the public dealing is, or how much honest one can be. So I do find that he is a little more honest. There is more trueness in his eyes than the Modi ji's eyes for sure. There is the aspect of earth that I see on his face. When earth is there, it indicates a sense of support and care. It indicates a sense of people-centeredness, and it indicates a sense of love that you want to bring in others' life. And when I see his particular eye sets, it definitely indicates that honesty levels are more in his case for sure. But when I see this picture, what I sense is that there is a need of guidance, there is a need of clarity, and there is a sense of confusion that may be happening with respect to how his policies are or how his goals are. But with respect to the honesty levels, I do feel that this guy is much better than this guy, right? So those are the things on which I have compared these two political leaders. I hope that you have also seen some of these features on your face, and thereby deciphered which are the strong features, which are not so strong features. It's important to gauge through these famous personalities the qualities in you, because it tells us about our potential and what we can do to better ourselves, to manifest the best version of ourselves, right? So that is very important. I hope that you like the video. If yes, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. and let me know in the comment section which other videos you're looking for, and I'll be pretty happy to go through the comments. And if you want to learn more about face reading, you can head over to my website, that is chehraspeaks.com. I'll make sure to attach the link in the description, and I have captured the picture of Rahul Gandhi and Modi ji from the internet. This is my website. You can get the face reading by clicking here. It'll redirect you to my business WhatsApp, and you can explore different options on the reading, what types of readings are available on the website. Like there are majorly two readings, that is the in-depth relationship reading and in-depth gender reading. Both have different price points. These are the feedbacks of few of my clients. And to access the face reading masterclass, you can head over to this magic box in the website that is located, and you'll find a complete set of web page dedicated to teaching face reading. And you can purchase this course where I have taught about the power of 5 elements, the 19 facial traits on the face, the nuances that are there on the face. Everything is covered. You'll definitely be learning the basics of face reading for sure, and it's priced at $39 as of now. So make sure that if you get a chance, you go through this particular web page and watch the free previews that are available. And if you feel that it is helpful, you can go for a fuller version as well. So yes, that is pretty much it for this particular video. Thank you so much for staying up and holding up as of now. If you are there, thank you once again. Bye bye, take care, have an amazing day ahead.